All right, guys, today we're going to do a graphic novel. I believe that's a graphic novel. Green Lantern, the New Core, book 1 of 2 from DC Comics. This is 90s books by Chuck Dixon, Scot, Eaton, is that how you say it? Anibal Rodriguez and Chris Chuckry. Once upon a time, it was $5. Oh, man. Comics are so expensive now. Anyway, so let's dive in. I must say right off the bat, the art is really nice. It's really clean. I also like this space station here. It's industrial, yeah. And look at this moon or planet that they're on. Looks great. So yeah, Kyle Rayner is here, and he is still the last Green Lantern because the Green Lantern is no more. But there is something in between happened with him and Hal Jordan. I believe Hal Jordan went and become the Spectre, and he gave him a second ring that can be duplicated. Also, he can also create lanterns, for battery charges, batteries. Anyway, so he says, how do you do it, Jordan? You were a GL before me, the best. Yet it was just you and your ring. No CD player, no talk radio. Boring. But this is important. I can make other Green Lanterns. I think that's what you meant. It's up to me to create a new Lantern Corps. All right. So then he's now cruising around, adventuring, I guess, right? And then he almost hit this debris, how do you say, junkyard. So he goes to the planet and he sees he sees a lot. He sees ravaging, wars, fires, bodies. But then he also sees some kind of an assault on this compound here. And he says, I know a one-sided fight when I see it. These guys are here for the kill. And the losers inside the dome are definitely in an Alamo state of mind. So what does he do? He interferes. I don't need an anvil to fall on my head, but these mooks do. So he's basically saying that he wants to stop a Holocaust. So he goes in and says, hi. So this guy says, hey, what is your clan, stranger? My name is Cal. I guess my clan is Earthling. Cal Earthling. I am Magan van Intractus. I am the elder of the Van, but we are a few after these years of war. What is this war about? Annihilation. All we wanted to live in freedom. That's the only defense. So he's going to show him around, and he explains that seems that, the government want to have one law, one clan, and that didn't sit well with these guys, so they are basically revolting. And so he says, hey, maybe there's something I can do. What is this? It's payback. The second chance for your people. Dude, you know these guys for 2 seconds, and you already give them a ring? Are you that stupid? All right. So, look at these guys. Anyway, this is what it's about. Smiting the wicked. Sticking up for the little guy. David and Goliath. George Bailey and Mr. Potter. Monty McFly and Biff. Well, you get the idea, right? Yes, Kyle, I got the idea. And McGonn's a natural. I made a good choice. The bad guys run like cockroaches when the kitchen light goes on. Gives a superhero that warm, fizzy feeling. So we have some cool constructs here made by the ring, right? He says, this is a welcome workout for me. A dozen of light years, I got to get out and stretch. McGann and me bought his people some time, maybe even a future. My first stop on this intergalactic recruiting tour is a good one. I bring peace and justice to a world of war. So they're celebrating. And the art is clean. The artist looks really, really well. I even like this panel here. Lots of celebration, good lighting, good colors here. And he says, you're a founding member of the new Green Lantern Corps. The ring I created for you with mine can be a heavy burden sometimes. So he says, I carried the weight of my people on my shoulders for all the time. I gladly bear this new responsibility and the honor you have bestowed on me. With this ring, I can lead my clan to a new age. So the next day he's flying away, right? And Cal says, hey, he explains the rules of the ring. He says, I love a happy ending. Is this what it's supposed to be, to feel like, Hal? Did you feel it this way for you in the good old days? Knowing you left another planet in good hands? What now, McGann and Tractus? The war will end soon, but the justice goes on forever. Right. That's not going to bite you in the ass, Cal, later. So then he's going to do some searching through the cosmos, and he is meeting some cool species, but he, says, what is life? What is sentience? And what's not? How can you tell the difference? Where's the common ground? And it looks great that he's going from planet to planet, And am I a tourist, a savior, or lunch in their eyes? If they have eyes. Some of these guys don't even have anywhere to put a ring. I'm starting to see where the Guardians of Oahu founded the original corp could be useful. They must have a way of handling this. I'm lost, he says. And then, so he's looking at this planet. Look at this construct, man. So much detail. Very nicely done. And none of that Photoshop BS that you see in modern comics. It's all hand-drawn. It's very, very nice. I don't mind digital coloring, to come back to that a little bit. But if the coloring is getting out of hand when you all have those smudges and weird effects on throwing onto the screen to hide actually backgrounds, details, and all that stuff, I think it becomes lazy. So what happens then is that mediocrity, that's how I see it, becomes the new norm, and people expect then to have that new norm, have mediocre comics, because that's what they have been feeding all those years, since years. Moving on. So he hears a distress call, telepathic, and he sees some skeletons. And she says, come closer, this creature says. How can I help you, miss? I have called for so long. You just come just in time. You have saved me. From what exactly? Starvation. So she changes into, a tongue, and it looks awesome. So the creature says, you will cause no pain at all. Do not fear, do not struggle, no pain, only sleep. So he's basically done for, but then someone comes in, this little guy, and helps him. Look at this gun, man, all beefed up. And Cal is saved, and this little guy throws a fusion grenade. He said, you up to it? You too big to carry it. Yeah, sure, he says. So this creature's gone. Look at this cool explosion. Awesome, I like it. Hey, you are a Green Lantern, right? All right. Heard all you guys were dead, all but me, he says. Hammeroon, bounty hunter. Cal Rayner, Green Lantern. So he is a bounty hunter looking for that guy, but it seems he was eaten by this creature, right? And so where would I find likely candidates, Hammeroon? I'm heading back to that way station. Maybe that's a good place to start, he says. Could I tag along? Be my guest, Rayner. So you see that, he is very small, and it seems that the ship is custom made for him. And so he says, hey, what's that light? Distress signal, 30 sectors galactic north. Shouldn't we answer it? Have you have enough of that for one day, son? Come on, Hammeroon, we're the good guys, right? You got a lot to learn about me, Rayner. So then we see a CCCP Russian shuttle, and Cal is coming in, saving this woman, right? He wants to wake her up, and so it seems that the log says that she's a lieutenant colonel in the Russian Air Force. And she was launched as an Earth orbiter in 1964. She was part of a project called Helios. So she's awake. And so they explain it to her. There was an explosion in the second stage rocket. You are no Russian rescue team, no? And she says, when will we going back to Earth? Well, sometime soon, in his words. I'm not sure what happened to you, but you're not where or when you should be. What is meaning when? What year is it, Anya? 1964. Well, actually, it's 1999. She's fainting. I take time as an important factor where you come from, son. So they're going through customs here. This is called way station. So they are, I don't know, going to the customs regulations. And she's just, well, notices the whole outer space thing. And state your business. Just review and life check support. A life support check. Anything to declare? Well, this, a Green Lantern. Not been a lantern here in many cycles. So he's boasting that he's the new sheriff in town. So this guy says, nervy little monkey, yeah? Last lantern had to be hosed out of the airlock. Shut up, Rayner, don't brag. So they want to have something to eat, and there's a lot of fun here. Some monkeys here. Carnivores or herbivores? Omnivores, actually. Living or dead? What? Do you prefer your meal served, living, or dead? Wow. Anyway, but there's just some ruckus going on. And so this guy is having a fight with, I don't know, people. This guy's biting in it. And Kyle Rayner is butting in again, right? So he's helping this guy. All right. It looks great. Again, nice colors. And so when they're all done, the police comes. And but then they are getting, I know, blasted. And that's the last thing I remember, Kyle says. Well, he's in prison with no ring. So seems that this guy's been here before. So Kyle goes up to this guy. And what's his name? Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Gar Rathbone, a miner. All right. So he says that he's come here to the station to some playing some games. I don't know. Gambling, I guess. And he says, this is a mind worm. He read my moves before I made them. Basically, he lost his money and then he's getting zapped. So Kyle says, when do we get out of here? Don't be in no burning hurry for that. Carl's right, Lantern. After the trial, they send us out to the roundaway. What is that? Well, it's a prison ship, basically, right? And so you mentioned a trial. Do you have any lawyers in this dump? So this lawyer is, pleading the case to this perfect honor, Judge Sewell, right? And he says, well, my client is unfamiliar with the customs. They participate in a violent brawl. They assaulted an officer of this court. Are these customs your client find acceptable? Kyle thinks he's toast. He knows he's in trouble, right? So also it says, well, we confiscated some weapons. They are just rings, Your Honor, he says. They are dangerous weapons. A pair of harmless rings, Your Perfect Honor. Don't play me for an idiot, counselor. I know all about your harmless rings. The boy's a lantern. He has no jurisdiction here. His organization is irrelevant and extinct. I am the only word of law in this corner of the galaxy. I detest chaos. I demand order. Your free will pay for my displeasure on Roundaway. So then the girl comes in and he says, I am being witness for defense and to be an important piece of evidence. But the judge says, well, I didn't ask for no witness. And then she presented some kind of a bomb, right? And everybody's in panic, so they try to escape. So Kyle gets the Green Lantern ring, but then this guy says, she's bluffing. That's a piece of my heating system. All right. So she says, we all impressed, son. Now get us out of here. All right, working on it, or they are. So they are escaping. Blast them to atoms. I see them hunted across the cosmos for eternity, even if I have to do it personally. We're still trapped aboard the way station, Rayner. They'd be waiting at my ship. So she says, I know that, but just find me an airlock. And they are getting out. So Carl says, all this from those rings? Sorry about your ship, Hammeroon. Better losing her than a lifetime of a roundabout. Man, this sure isn't working out the way I planned. So he thinks, I came where no one has gone before to set up a new force of justice. And I end up on the run from the only established law in outer space. Way to be, Earth boy. But then he thinks, I was off to a great start too. The first sentient I met was lantern material from Jump Street. Now look at this, how good this looks, man. I'm very impressed. I know he's out there right now, fighting the good fight, smiting the wicked, sticking up for the little guy. Yeah, sure. At least I know I got one thing right. Yeah. Yeah, you do, right, Kyle Rayner. And that leads us to the next one. We're going to do that tomorrow, so we're going to continue this saga, if you will. Well, it's not really a saga, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Well, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.